There you go. Woo! We've arrived at South Dakota Antelope Camp. Corey Jonas is the other Jonas brother. His in-laws have this vacation house, and he's learning quickly that we're kind of like feeding cats. You tell us we can show up, we're going to keep coming back. But we've never been here. This is a new one. So now we got this cool spot to park the RV, and our fearless producer Ty decided it was a good idea to join the circus and bring his own. So him and his girlfriend have their own RV here. So yeah, we're gonna get set up and then start figuring out where we're gonna antelope hunt. Might have to go ask permission. I'll probably use her. She's never been antelope hunting. Can she please have permission? Just don't puke. First night scouting in South Dakota. I've not found a goat yet, but I did find a truck. Hopefully we find a goat instead of a truck, because that would be way better. I can't tell if that's a rancher or a hunter, but I guess we'll find out in a little bit. Might even be an officer of the law. Hopefully we can find Mary a goat. We gotta get one to like 10 yards, and it's gotta stand really still. I don't normally like name drop spots or burn public land, but if anybody wants a pin to this spot, I'll send it to you. Just shoot me a DM and you can have the spot, because I haven't seen a goat since we got here. I'm not sure that there's actually antelope in South Dakota at this point. Corey, you made me drive all the way up here. Do better, do better. Hopefully we find one. We may be scouting in the morning and then hunting in the afternoon. We haven't found nothing yet. And there's a lot of water, which does not bode well for sitting on water, so we'll figure it out. I can see like Tennessee from here. Corey, I take back what I said about you. I just found some goats. I don't think they're real big, but I think they're legal, so Mary would shoot them because she don't know the difference anyway. They don't have goats in Australia, so. There's 4 goats, and she only has 1 tag, so that's pretty good. They're not very spooky. And there's a water hole right there. Ooh, better drop a pin. I can't have my spot anymore. I decided it was probably in our best interest to put a scout morning in, so Mary's at home with the baby. And I've looked at, I don't know, 347 water holes this morning, and I found 2 groups of goats. So driving around, dropping pins on Onyx, and I'm very frustrated. My LCD screen on my truck went out. There's nothing on it, so I can't use Onyx on my CarPlay, which is annoying.
So I'm glad I'm not shooting too bad. Like I said, this is my first hunt back since having the baby, but it's my first archery hunt in pretty much a year. And I haven't been able to practice that much because I had surgery. It's encouraging to see I'm not shooting terribly, but it really is going to be a luck game because I'm probably confident to shoot to 40 yards at the moment. It's very hot, which means we're going to be sitting on water. Me and Ty are going to pack up a cooler with some soft drinks and water and things, and we're going to go for an afternoon sit this afternoon. The plan is to get in there at about 3 o'clock and just sit over a water hole and hope we get lucky.
And ready.
Goes up there.
Molly's first hunting trip. So I've looked all over the place down public, but then I found 1 buck and 2 does on private. Looked on Onyx, found the landowner, went and asked permission. Super nice guy. He told me to go for it. Told her to kill 2 if she can. So I see them. There's 3 of them. They're in an alfalfa field. They're headed towards the only water within like a mile here. So we're probably just gonna run over there, set her up in a blind, and cross our fingers. Hope we beat them there.
Dang it!
It's a pretty good buck. My plan was to get here, set up the blind, and leave her, and this hill was blocking us from the goats. But in the time it took us to get permission to come here, they had already came over the hill. They had not made it to the water yet, and they seemed pretty chill. So I'm just gonna set it up and leave her, and hope they come back before dark. But I don't know, 30 yards to there, too far to shoot across the pond anyway. And I was kind of worried that they'd see the blind, but I got this handy dandy rhino blind in bottomland, and I think bottomland blends in pretty well out here. A lot of oak trees out here in South Dakota.
Are you kidding? Oh my gosh, that's so funny. The water buffalo is 32 yards. isn't in. That would be great. Hopefully he doesn't go to the other one across there, because then I'm screwed. It's 123 yards to the other side of the pond, so I'm no Cameron Haynes here. I'm just a simple girl from Australia sitting on a pond in 100 degrees trying to get a 30-yard shot.
Mary and Ty just set up on the ground blind on the water hole, and I thought about going and trying to shoot one just to make her mad, but things have changed. She's hunting and I'm babysitting.
Dear Lord, thank you for letting us be out here hunting. I pray that if you're going to give me an opportunity, that it happens before the sun sets and it's within 30 yards and in. And that is all. Thank you. Amen. Well, earlier I said maybe we'll just sit and sweat. Maybe we'll sit and sweat and kill something. Turns out we just sat and sweat. And I'm not looking forward to sitting again in 100 degrees tomorrow, but got to be in it to win it. So we'll see. Gonna go back and eat some food now and see my baby. It is our second sit, first morning. And we just read the news that Jimmy Buffett passed away today, which makes me sad. But it is Labor Day weekend, so we will be blasting Jimmy Buffett all weekend. And I'm going to dedicate this hunt to him because he loved the outdoors. We have not seen a goat yet. Those 3 decoys, someone obviously came in the middle of the night and moved them because now they're up on the hill. We're just going to sit here and wait and see what happens. It's going to be 100 degrees today. Yeah, so these 2 lover boys have completely messed up the buck. I don't know what these antelope are going to think when they come down here. They're going to think that old mate's been beaten up by the mafia over here. Old Staunchy over here, death staring us, and he's going to start circling us again. Not ideal. Oh. Way to ruin our hunt.
Mary called me. She said she's tired of sitting in the blind. She's decided to go for a spot and stalk. So it's gonna be fun for me since I can see the goats, and it's like a hill behind them, and then she's on the other side. So she doesn't know exactly where they are. I don't even know how to tell her exactly because I don't know exactly where she is, but it's really hard to tell from this side. But it looks to me like she could possibly get within bow range of them. If not, she could get definitely within 100 yards of them.
So we've circled around, and the buck and the doe are on the other side of this hill. So what we're going to do is we're going to sneak up. There's some tall grass on the top of the hill. We're going to sneak up there, pop the decoy in, and see if we can get the buck to come on over and get feisty. So we'll see. We might end up sitting there for quite a while. How far? Oh yeah, I see him. He's looking. He just ran off. He's gone, isn't he? Well, we got pretty close, but ultimately they got spooked. I think it was a combination of the crunching of the dried up grass, and I don't think he liked that decoy. He's looking after his baby mama. So I thought it was fun for a first time spot and stalk of an antelope. We got pretty close, and now we've got to regroup and try and find another one. Day is young. It is 4 p.m. September 2nd on Labor Day weekend. While you guys are all at the lake enjoying cold beers, food, maybe some baked beans, who knows? I'm sitting in a hot box on public land trying to shoot my first antelope. Will I get one? Who knows? Probably not, but I might. Wait and see. Well, we might be hot and sweaty and we might not have seen an antelope yet, but at least we've got the Pied Piper giving us a personal performance. Another sit and no antelope. I don't know if I like antelope hunting. I'll like it if I get one. But so far, they seem to be smarter than me. They're certainly not out here in this 100-degree heat like I am, sitting in a hot box, sweating. I've got one day left. We'll see if we can make it happen. If not, I'll be ready to shoot some doves, that's for sure. So we're driving through here, we're on public land, and just after I was feeling a little defeated, saying we're never seeing any, we see this big butt, definitely the nicest buck that I've seen the entire time. Well, it's right around where Zach had seen a buck with Ty yesterday. All right, so Ty and I are making our stalk in. This is where we parked the truck today. This green pin is the pin that Zach dropped where he saw them yesterday. And this red pin is where Ty and I saw them today and where we're making our stalk. Well, they got to about 80 yards and we were being super, super, super patient, just waiting. And I guess the doe started getting a bit interested and coming closer, and he did not like that, and so he started bumping her around, and now they're on the opposite piece of public across the road. So like 300 yards away. At least we had a good encounter, that was fun. I guess we're just gonna sit here for a minute and see if they bed down. If they do, maybe try on them again. If not, maybe go get some breakfast and go shoot some doves. So the buck that we had done the original stalk on that we got 60 yards from, this is the last ditch effort. Him and his lady are by this fence row on the land that we have permission to. I have to be in Rapid City at 4 o'clock to shoot doves, so I don't have long. This is the last opportunity. It'll probably fail like everything else, but we're gonna give it a go. We're gonna sneak up through here. We're gonna use this thick grass as our coverage, and we're gonna come at him straight from behind. They were both originally facing that way. Now she's bedded down and she's facing this way and he's facing that way. So we're kind of stuck. I mean, not that I thought that was going to turn out. It was just worth a shot. I officially hate antelope hunting, and now I'm going to go and have some real fun and shoot some doves with my friend Foster. All right, so obviously didn't have any success antelope hunting, but I'm happy anyway because we got out in the field, and now we're up here with our buddy Foster Bartholow, who's a world champion skeet and trap shooter. You guys have met him before. He's been on Country Outdoors a few times now, and he's part of the Browning team as well. And I thought, you know, a way to always lift the spirits is dove hunting. Dove hunting is so much fun, it's so social, but I've actually never had an opportunity to get a little bit of a lesson from you, and I know you gave Zach one. Yep. So I thought this would be cool for you to just kind of give tips for anybody who is going shooting for the first time. What would be some tips in terms of trying to hit a dove?
So there's a few things that come to mind. One is proper gun mount. When you bring that gun up, essentially you want to bring it up high enough in the shoulder that it fits well. You see a lot of people that it's either out too far, okay, and that's going to cause a lot of bruising and your face is kind of tilted. So really get it tucked in. I call it the V pocket. Yep. And basically you get it tucked in tight, high enough where you really don't have to like dig your head down. You're basically bringing the gun up to your cheek and your face will basically just sit a lot easier. Okay. That's one. The second thing I always like telling people, especially with doves, is get out in front of them. You think you have enough lead on them, and then you have a shot cam on, and you find out that you're shooting behind. Okay. Typically for doves, even at 30 yards, you want about a foot lead. Okay. And if they're flying really fast in the wind, it might even be 2 or 3 feet. So. Okay. Yeah, that's good advice. Yeah, but I mean, doves are flying. It's
Yep.
going to be a fun time out here. So
There's tons of doves.
should we get to it?
Let's do it. I'm gonna try and give your advice a little bit of a practice, but guys, I have not shot in, it's been about a year now. I hunted 1 turkey last season, no duck, wasn't able to shoot much at all, so you're gonna be playing back up.
You know, we're going to have fun. If we hit a few, we hit a few, but
Exactly, and that's
Yeah.
what I love about dove hunting and duck hunting. It's just social, and no matter what, you're gonna have a good time.
exactly.
So, all right, well, let's see whether or not I can hit one of these suckers. Yes.
There you go. There you go.
Woo!
On the board.
Yeah! Zach is meant to be on dad duty right now, but in typical Zach mode, he just cannot miss out on hunting. So he has given Molly to Liz, and he is now walking up the field.
Typical Zach.
So typical.
Over. Over. Good boy. Good. It's taken a while, but we've got Foster trained up pretty good. He was hard-headed, but shot caller really did the trick. Good boy.
Zach! Pretty embarrassing when you miss 3 at once and then your wife gets it on the first shot.
Oh, wow. One-handed.
Nice shot.
Like my friend Styles Horry would say, God's grocery store. The doves are plentiful. It's a great afternoon here. The fun is not stopped, so I'm gonna say goodbye to you guys so we can get back to it. Enjoy the outdoors. Everybody have a great fall. See you soon.